My name is Barb Malera, and I'm with the company Harvesting History. We're an upstate New York heirloom horticultural company that specializes in heirloom seeds, flowers, flower bulbs, tubers, onion sets, etc. Today we're going to be talking about growing dahlias in containers, and I have to warn you ahead of time, dahlias are one of my favorite plants. Rule number one about dahlias and any other container plants that we talk about in the course of our harvesting history videos is make sure you have the right size pot. This is a 14-inch diameter pot, and this is the right size pot for one dahlia. Now, I know my gardeners, and they'll say, oh, I can fit two in here. No, you cannot fit two in this pot. One dahlia in a 14-inch diameter container. So when you show me this, I'm going to say no. When you show me this size pot, I'm going to say no. When you show me this, I'm going to say don't even think about it. This is the pot you need for one dahlia tuber. Okay, the second thing you have to consider is soil. And for the last 12 years, we've been working on a project to figure out what the best soil mix is for containers. And we believe that it's not actually that difficult. It's about 60% topsoil to 40% peat moss. We've had tremendous success over years and years with this mixture, so I highly recommend it. The other thing I highly recommend is this product if you live in the South. I'm envious of the people that live in the South who can get their hands on Swanee River topsoil. It is a great product for container gardening. The consistency of the soil is just the right consistency, just the right heaviness. So if you live in the South and your garden center carries this, you're one lucky garden. Okay, so what we do with our pot that's going to hold, my dear gardeners, one dahlia, we're going to take the mix and we're going to fill the pot a little over halfway full. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Flatten it out just gently. And then we're going to begin to plant our dahlia. Most dahlias today are packed in plastic or something like a plastic bag, and you get 1 to 2 dahlias per bag. When you open up the bag, what you are looking for with each dahlia is last year's stem. This is last year's stem. When you find last year's stem, you take it and you're going to arrange the tubers around the stem and put the plant in the pot. I gently ease the dahlia into the pot, and now I'm going to cover the whole thing, including the tip of the stem, with more soil mix. Now that I have the dahlia tuber positioned in the pot, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of timed release blossom booster fertilizer around the tuber, and I'm going to fill the pot the rest of the way, covering the dahlia tuber completely with the soil mix. Okay, we're about to bury my little guy. You want, there's nothing magical about this, maybe an inch, a half an inch, 2 inches of soil on top of the tuber. And then I put a little bit more slow release blossom booster fertilizer on it. And we're ready to go. I think everybody should grow dahlias. 1, because they're so incredibly easy to grow. 2, because they produce the most magnificent blossoms. But 3, because in the fall, when everything else has been wiped out by a mild frost, that dahlia will continue to bloom and bloom and bloom until a wickedly hard frost finally cuts it down. It is the most forgiving plant I know of when it comes to blooming in the fall. and it's a treat. Most people will have dahlias on their Thanksgiving table throughout this country, except for the ones in maybe zone 4 and zone 3. So give a dahlia a chance this spring. Try one, either in a container or in your garden. You won't be sorry that you did.